Hey, Jamaica Missions Team, I hope you're doing well. I just want to go over a few things that we went over last week for our meeting. If you weren't able to be able to go to that, just want to give a quick review on some things that we talked about last time. First off, I know there's been a lot of conflicts not being able to have everybody at these meetings, but hopefully our next meeting, which I haven't scheduled yet, but I'll let you know in advance, if you could do your best to be there. There's things that we need to go over together as a group, so that's why it's important that you are able to make those meetings. I know we've had a lot of snow and a lot of rescheduling with sports and things like that, but look forward to having our next meeting together. Next up, it is really important that you make every effort to come to youth group. I think it's fantastic that you want to show your leadership and your spiritual maturity in serving in Jamaica, but a part of showing that leadership is actually coming to youth group and participating in the things that we put together for you. So make sure that you make every effort to come to our youth night here at Mount Carmel, all right? Next up, we asked you guys to be able to take this piece of paper and fill out your testimony. It's really super simple. If you haven't done that yet, please fill it out. What we did in our last meeting is we were able to split up with one another and verbally share your story, your testimony on how you came to know Jesus Christ. And it's something that we want you to be able to do in Jamaica. I'm not saying that we're going to make everybody do that, but to be able to share your story is vitally important. So have this filled out. Another thing, this isn't for me. I want to be able to take a scan of this, but this is for you. So you don't necessarily have to turn this into me. I would love to read your story, but more than that, I would love to hear you share that. So in part of preparing for this trip is you to be familiar with how you came to know Christ and how you can verbally share the gospel through sharing your story. Secondly, I want to continue to encourage you to go through this complete spiritual guide that I gave you. This is not something for you to give to me. I'm not going to read this. This is between you and the Lord, but I do want you to bring this with you to our meetings. There's some things and some principles that I want to pull out to be able to have a discussion with you as a group. Not something that you have to share if you don't want to share, but just to be able to understand how the Lord is working in our lives. For whatever reason, if you have lost those pieces of paper, I'm going to attach them in the description below, and how we can pinpoint those areas where we're struggling and continue to work on those areas in our life and our spiritual journey where God can have the victory in our lives. So continue to keep this. Don't throw this away. Don't lose this, and definitely don't turn it off until God has really worked in your life through these significant details. One very fun and unique way that we're going to be sharing the gospel with kids and even adults is that I have made a wordless book bracelet kit that we're going to take down there to build a bracelet, to take these colors and explain the gospel story with them. That's something that you missed if you weren't able to come to our meeting. Something that I definitely wanted to talk through and show with you guys on how to do that. It's really fun. It's really easy. It's really simple. Just a really fun way to share the gospel and to be able to leave them with a craft, with a bracelet, for them to remember and be reminded of the story of the gospel. So that's something that we're going to continue to investigate in our next meetings. I hope you're feeling encouraged about this trip, and I hope you're getting excited. I know it's a few months down the road, so it kind of feels like it's out of reach, but we haven't been very heavy on fundraisers quite yet, but I want to encourage you to send out those support letters. Like, I'm really serious. I gave you a challenge of sending out 30 support letters, so I hope you've done that. Maybe money's not an issue for you on this trip. Maybe you guys feel very comfortable with paying the $1,300 for this trip, and that is great, but I still want you to be able to partner for people and families and friends to partner with you, at least in prayer, for this trip. And I know that for those who are looking for a lot of support, this is going to be a great way for people to support you financially. People want to support you financially, and sometimes they just need to be asked. So don't feel weird, don't feel awkward on asking people to support you. This is not something that you're like begging money for. This is a ministry that you are inviting people to literally go with you to Jamaica to make a difference. So that's a quite a different mindset if you think about it, and I know that it's going to be an encouragement, especially as we come back and share the video of what happened and the testimonies of how God worked in your life and how God was able to use you. This is something that people actually want to be involved with you, or involved in with you. Fundraisers as a team is definitely on the horizons. I'm meeting this Thursday to strategize a map for us to do some fundraisers as a team, so don't worry about that. I think we have plenty of time to be thinking about that. But again, I hope you're praying. I hope you're getting excited. This is going to be a great trip, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how God is going to use this Jamaica trip in your heart and in your life. In this training time, that is literally my purpose in this trip, is to encourage you and to equip you to be a better disciple of Jesus Christ. That is my main goal, and I'm super excited about that. So be in youth group, be at those meetings. I hope you find yourself encouraged and excited about this. If you have questions or concerns, please come talk to me. That's why I'm here. That's why I get to help in me, also in Jamie, Hassie. That's why we get to be the leaders. So if you have any questions about anything, please come talk to me. So I think that's about it. The next thing on the agenda is for me to tell you when we're going to have our next meeting. So I'll tell you that. Hopefully you can be there, make every effort to be there. That's the commitment that you signed, that you're going to make every effort to be able to come to the meetings and the fundraisers. So thank you so much for that. We'll talk to you soon. Again, if you have anything, you can come talk to me and get ready. We'll talk to you later.